Hey everyone, my name is Wedge and I am real excited about Dominaria preview season, which officially starts today. In this video, we're talking planeswalkers, legendary spells all over the place, and a ton more. Also, be sure to tune into the channel tonight at midnight Eastern time because, we have an exclusive Dominaria preview card and I love it. Alright, without further ado, let's get our Dominaria on, and if you're as pumped about the set as I am, be sure to hit that like button, helps out a lot. We're starting off in a big way. Mox Amber is 0 mana for a legendary artifact. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color among legendary creatures and planeswalkers you control. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This seems narrow because you not only need legendary sources to power it, but you can only get their colors. But let me be very, very clear, this is a dumb card. It costs 0 mana and gives you mana immediately, and we're in a legendary set. Mox Amber is beyond strong. I'm not even sure how to adequately explain to you just how ridiculous this card can be. Heaven forbid someone makes a legendary deck work, which they probably will. Mox Amber is a 4-of staple, and it's totally reasonable to think that by turn 2 or 3, there's a legendary on the battlefield, and your opponent drops the Amber, gets free mana fixing and ramp, and just pushes ahead of you on tempo. There's obviously a chance I'm wrong, but if I've learned a single thing from playing Magic for almost 20 years, it's that you never count out free mana ever. Just remember that. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Weatherlight is 4 mana for a 4/5 legendary artifact vehicle with flying and a crew cost of 3. Whenever Weatherlight deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a historic card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. I'm going to do my best here not to freak out because this is the first time I've seen the Weatherlight in a long time. 4 mana for a 4/5 flyer with a crew cost of 3 isn't Heart of Kiran, but it isn't bad. Also nice to see vehicles again. Evergreen mechanic, here we come. Now, as far as power is concerned, being able to grab an artifact, legendary, or saga is going to be powerful in any color. And since Weatherlight is colorless, that's pretty dang flexible, it really is. As long as you can connect with it, the filtering is incredibly valuable. Of course, with a skyship, you better have a captain to pilot it, so we should probably get one of those. Jhoira Weatherlight Captain is 2 of anything, 1 blue and 1 red for a 3/3 legendary creature human artificer. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. Simple, elegant, beautiful card art, beautiful card design with the blue and red flare at the top. Even if you take away the fact that I'm basically in love with Jhoira, which I am, this card is very appealing to the eyes. Can't wait to see it in foil. Now, 4 mana is a bit expensive, but she's drawing cards on every single historic cast, which includes any artifact at all. Crazy when you think about it. And she crews Weatherlight all by herself. That's synergy right there. Definitely going to be chasing foil copies of this one whenever you cast a historic spell. There's so much potential there. Oh, nuts! Board the Weatherlight is 2 mana for a sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a historic card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. As pointed out by others already, this is a super weird card for white. White is usually a color that tutors proudly and efficiently. Board the Weatherlight has much more of a green or blue feel to it. Regardless, you're paying 2 mana at sorcery speed to go 5 cards deep for an artifact, legendary, or saga. In the right deck, that's a strong filtering effect. At the very least, it slots into Captain Sisay and Commander quite nicely. Karn's Temporal Sundering is 4 of anything and 2 blue for a legendary sorcery. Target player takes an extra turn after this one, return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, exile the Sundering. Okay, I get that it's 6 mana. I do, that's a lot of mana. But you get an extra turn and you get to unsummon something? So not only are you literally going a turn ahead, you could also potentially be putting your opponent a turn behind. At best, this is a double time walk. At worst, it's a time walk with upside. It is a legendary sorcery, so you can only cast it when you have a legendary creature or planeswalker, and I understand that's how they're balancing the effect. But this is a set of legendaries. I'm sorry, but even with the legendary sorcery clause, you can bet your life I'm going to jam this into control and mid-range variants and standard all day, all friggin' day. I can't ignore it, I just can't. And come on, look at that artwork. It's like Noah Bradley opened my chest, took my heart out, talked to it, and painted exactly what it wanted. This dude's unreal. The Murari Conjecture is 5 mana for an enchantment saga. On 1, return target instant card from your graveyard to your hand. On 2, return target sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. On 3, until end of turn, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Wow, this might be one of the most flavorful sagas yet. Paying serious homage to the infamous Murari itself, the Conjecture comes with a slew of value. Now, the fact that it's 5 mana is a bit of a bummer, but that means what we all think it means: commander playable. Being able to recur an important instant, then sorcery, then copying both of them? It's hard to ignore that effect in a format where you can easily get to 5 mana. You're telling me Melek, Talran, Riku, and Mizzix players won't find a way to make this useful? It's a blue card, but it screams spell slinging, and if we're being honest, which we always are, that artwork, I mean, come on, imagine that in foil. God, man, the set. Jaya Ballard is 2 of anything and 3 red for a 5 loyalty legendary planeswalker. You can +1 and add 3 red mana. Spend this mana only to cast instant or sorcery spells. You can also +1 and discard up to 3 cards, then draw that many cards. Lastly, you can -8 and you get an emblem with. You may cast instant and sorcery cards from your graveyard. If a card cast this way would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Is it just me, or is this the most red card you've ever seen? My goodness! It has a red ritual for instants and sorceries, a massive rummage ability, and an emblem that gives all of your instants and sorceries flashback forever. She's dang expensive and requires 3 red mana to cast, so you have to imagine she's all in on the mono red strategy. I'm interested to see what the rest of the set holds that will synergize with her, simply because she's so red focused. Although ditching Earthshaker Kenris to the art is pretty funny, in a standard format with this and Chandra Torch of Defiance, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I guess the only thing I don't like is that she doesn't technically protect herself at all. The jury's still out for me, we'll see how it goes. Arvad the Cursed is 3 of anything, 1 white and 1 black for a 3/3 legendary creature vampire knight with Death Touch and Lifelink. Other legendary creatures you control get +2/+2. My goodness, what a beefsteak! 5 mana for a 3/3 isn't anything to write home about, but he has Death Touch and Lifelink. And he double anthems other legendary creatures in a legendary set. Arvad is expensive, but pretty dang swole. Great for limited, and if some kind of legendary tribal shenanigans comes out of the set, he could easily be a curve topper. Rav Capuchin Ship's Mage is 2 of anything, 1 white and 1 blue for a 3/3 legendary creature human wizard with flash flying, and you may cast historic spells as though they had flash. I don't know about you, but this kid reminds me so much of Urtai, even though he's a descendant of good old Gerard. The nostalgia might actually stop my heart from beating. Anyways, 4 mana for a 3/3 flyer is playable and limited. Add flash, very playable. Add flash to all artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. Bingo, that's the one. What's cool is flashing in a saga will give you 2 triggers right quick. One on your opponent's turn, right when it hits the battlefield, and then another on yours. That's a fast 1/2 return on your investment. Now, if we shift our focus away from standard, this is a blue card that gives your planeswalkers flash and your artifacts flash. I want to see this in Modern or Legacy. Who hasn't wanted to flash in Jace the Mind Sculptor under your opponent's nose? It's called the dream right there. Oh baby, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria is 3 of anything, 1 white and 1 blue for a 4 loyalty legendary planeswalker. You can +1 and draw a card at the beginning of your next end step, untap 2 lands. You can also -3 and put target non-land permanent into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. And finally, you can -8 and you get an emblem with. Whenever you draw a card, exile target permanent an opponent controls. LOL, Teferi is kind of awesome. Before we even get into analyzing the rest of the card, let me talk about that ultimate for a hot second. Let's take our good friend Atraxa, stick Teferi in there. With doubling season, he comes down at 8. You emblem, everyone on the table forfeits, and you all go out for some chilies. Their loaded nachos are delicious. Anyways, the +1 is deceptively good. You get a card, and you get mana open to respond to something, which means that you drop this on turn 5, but it'll only cost you 3 mana once the turn's over. Then his -3, stronger than the average minus ability. Here's why. It is removal, and it helps protect him. But more importantly, you're delaying your opponent's draw 3 turns from now. And if they have interaction with their graveyard, it's a dud. If they played something huge, not only did you time walk them, but you took away one of their future draws, so they have to play this all over again. Teferi is a tempo machine, and in blue-white at 5 mana, could see standard play for sure. Tiana ships Caretakers, 3 of anything, 1 red and 1 white for a 3/3 legendary creature Angel Artificer with flying and first strike. Whenever an aura or equipment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Wait, are you serious? I don't care about this card at all for standard. Commander, I was already going to build the Sunforger deck with our new Minotaur friend. Tiana slots right into any equipment-focused strategy, as she basically keeps them coming back forever as long as she survives. An immediate threat in so many different ways, she won't do anything super crazy in limited or standard, she's certainly draftable, but in Commander, in those Boros equipment decks, my goodness, she is unreal. Slimefoot the Stowaway, great name, is 1 of anything, 1 black and 1 green for a 2/3 legendary creature fungus. Whenever a sapperling you control dies, Slimefoot deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. You can also pay 4 mana to create a 1/1 green sapperling. Oh, hello, new sapperling engine. Slimefoot is going to turn Commander straight on its head, and for the love of Urza himself, if I see a sapperling or fungus theme in Dominaria, I might actually explode. Gave, Thelon, it begins again. More sapperlings, more fungi. I probably shouldn't be as excited as I am, but look at that trigger. Look at that activated ability. Someone just hold me. This is only the first day of Dominaria preview season, and I don't know about you, but I haven't been this excited about the story of a set, the cards of a set, the legendary awesomeness of a set in a long time. I need to know what you're thinking, so please let me know in the comments. I gotta hear what you're excited for, what you're hoping to see, all of it. Also, do not forget to tune into the channel tonight, midnight Eastern Time, for our exclusive Dominaria preview card. It is dripping with just as much flavor awesomeness as everything we've seen today. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. Dominaria preview season is underway, and I'm pretty sure there are a few of you out there who are as super pumped as I am about the set. If you want to get your pre-order on right now, you can click the link on the screen for $86 booster boxes shipped right to your door as soon as the set releases. If you don't have a local game store or yours charges way too much, click the link, helps the channel. We all become legendary. Enjoy.